Hello guys, welcome to Chemistry channel. So today we are going to learn about the chapter Analytical Chemistry. Analytical Chemistry. Not in detail, this is a quick revision of Analytical Chemistry. Many students feel Analytical Chemistry is a little difficult because they have to remember lots of things like the colors of the ions, the name of the precipitates, which element is reacting with which reagent and what it is forming, right? So I know. So to make it easy, I'm bringing two stories. The better way to remember anything in the world is in the form of stories, right? So then, are you excited to know the stories and will also understand the chemistry behind those stories? Let's start. Number one, listen carefully. So it starts during the festival season of Holi, the festival of colors. Okay, so it is happening on Earth. And what happened? Some ions from other planet came to Earth and they were residing in one building. And because they were from other planet, they were invisible. My story, my rules. So what are those? Zinc was there, lead was there, calcium was there, copper, ferrous and ferric. So these are the 6 ions came to Earth. Then they wanted to destroy the Earth or something, or they just came here to play holy something, we don't know. But there was one chemist who is the hero of our story. He always knew that somebody is gonna come to Earth, some aliens are gonna come to Earth, and they may be visible or invisible. So when they come, he made a weapon to detect them. What was that weapon? The chemist, the hero, he had the weapon called as caustic soda. Caustic soda in water. So then what he did, he went to the building where these all ions were there and he sprayed this caustic soda solution, which was his weapon. He observed that they started showing one thing here, one twist. The chemist was colorblind, okay, and the ions were also foolish. They didn't know whether they're visible or invisible. Again, my story, my rules. So these became white and these became some other colored people, colored ions. So now the chemist was colorblind, but he was able to see only white but not other colors. So then he made an idea. He started listening what they are talking. Since these people, the ions were also blind, again my story, my rule, so they didn't know that somebody is listening to them, what they were talking. Okay, white, zinc and calcium were telling to lead that reddish brown, ferric and pale blue copper made ferrous dirty green, So this was the conversation happening between zinc, calcium and lead, who were white. Now the chemist came to know that the ferric is reddish brown, copper is pale blue and dirty green is ferrous, right? So this is the just part 1 of the story. But what he did, he again sprayed one more time. The second time he sprayed the caustic soda solution on the building. This time what happened? This time zinc and lead, they again become invisible. That is, they again became colorless. Nothing happened to any other ions. Okay, so this is the first part of the story. There is a second part. Yeah, And you know that second part is happening in parallel universe. So the second part is happening in parallel universe. So in parallel universe, everything was same. These were the aliens. They came to the earth in the parallel universe. There was also a chemist who was the hero. But what is changing here? The weapon of the hero is changing. So this time the weapon of the hero was ammonia solution. Ammonia solution. So what he did? He went to the building, same thing, sprayed the ammonia solution. Again, one twist is there. One twist. Zinc and lead. Zinc and lead. They became white. They became white. These became colors, having different colors. But copper remains invisible. That is, they remain colorless. Means the chemist in the parallel universe never came to know that there is one more ion, calcium, existed. Never ever. Okay, so what happened next? Same thing. The chemist was same colorblind. He was listening to what and zinc, lead talking, but he was not able to see the calcium. So this time, white zinc told lead that reddish brown ferric and pale blue copper made ferrous dirty green. So this was a conversation happening. Again the chemist heard the conversation and he sprayed once again the same solution. Then what happened? This time again the zinc became invisible, that is colorless, and the one more was not lead. This time it was copper, which was pale blue, but it disappeared as deep blue solution. Okay, so these are the two parts of story number 1. So what are the ions? Once again, calcium, lead, zinc, copper +2, ferrous and ferric, right? And what was the weapon of the chemist? Sodium hydroxide solution. What is caustic soda? Sodium hydroxide solution. So these will be ions, means the salts dissolved in water. So means these all will be in aqueous state. So what they're forming? Different colors. Calcium formed calcium hydroxide precipitate. Lead formed lead hydroxide. So hydroxide is common everywhere. Zinc hydroxide. Copper hydroxide. Ferrous hydroxide. Ferric hydroxide, POH thrice. Okay, so then we heard that in the story these all three were white. So this is white. To be specific, lead is chalky white. Zinc is gelatinous white. Copper is pale blue. Remember the sentence: white zinc and calcium told lead that reddish brown ferric and pale blue copper made ferrous dirty green. That sentence is to remember the color of the precipitate. Okay, and then when you add excess of the second time, when you spray sodium hydroxide, this zinc hydroxide solution will dissolve and becomes colorless again. Excess sodium hydroxide, the precipitate dissolves. And another thing, the same thing is happening with lead also. Same thing. Excess NaOH, lead, white precipitate, chalky white precipitate dissolves. So this is the part 1 of the story and the chemistry behind it. Then part 2 is also there, which is happening in the parallel universe. So what is changing? Only the ammonia solution. Instead of sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, the weapon will be ammonia solution. But this time, as I told, the chemist in the parallel universe never found that there was an existence of calcium. So no precipitate. So you can't detect calcium using ammonia solution. All other thing will form the hydroxide, same colors, same precipitate, same color. Again, what is the change? Excess of ammonia when you add, excess of ammonia solution. Zinc, the precipitate dissolves and becomes colorless. Apart from lead, this time it will be copper. So copper, which is pale blue precipitate, dissolves and form deep blue solution. Okay, so that's the chemistry behind the part 2 of story 1. Okay, so what is second story? Yes, I'm coming to that. The second story is also very interesting. Little horror is there. Okay, so the story number 2. Okay, listen carefully. The story number 2 is about a delivery boy who worked in some online food providing organization, or Swiggy, etc. Fine. So one person ordered plum cake. Okay, remember. So the delivery boy took the plum cake, wrapped it in aluminium foil, and kept it in zinc box. Okay, so now the delivery boy went on the bike. Okay, he was sitting on the bike with the box containing the plum cake and wrapped with aluminum foil. He was going. Remember our chemist, the hero? He is making the guest appearance here. So this delivery boy collided. The accident happened between the chemist. The chemist was having his weapon. You know what is that weapon? Same thing. Caustic soda solution. Same weapon. So the collision happened and large amount of gas released. And after this, the box containing the plum cake disappeared. Not only that, the delivery boy went into a shock and he uttered only 3 words. What are those? Not those 3 magical words. This is na aloo, nana, zinku, nana, laddu, nana, laddu. I know this doesn't make any sense, but he was in a shock, just uttering these words. Okay, so then this mystery continued for years until the same chemist came back and solved this mystery. What happened to this delivery boy? Okay, let's understand what happened to this delivery boy and why he's uttering these 3 words. Right? So in this story, what is the chemistry behind this? Plum cake. Plum means plumbum, that is Pb, lead, aluminium, Al, zinc, Zn. So it is the story of 3 metals with caustic soda. So the chemistry behind this is you are taking aluminium, zinc, lead, metals. All of these 3 are reacting with caustic soda, sodium hydroxide solution. In the parallel universe, it may be potassium hydroxide solution. Now, not the ammonia. Instead of sodium, you can also take potassium in the parallel universe. Now, what is happening? the story here. Remember, I told you that when the accident happened, there was a large amount of gas released, and that Delroy inhaled that gas and uttering these three words. So that gas was hydrogen gas. So that gas was hydrogen gas. Then what are these three words? Naalu, Naalal, O2. Nana Zinku, Na2Zn, O2. Nana Leddu, Na2PbO2. So these are the compounds formed in this reaction. So this is called sodium aluminate. Very important. This is called sodium zincate. This is called sodium plumbite. Plumbite. See the difference. 888. Okay. In all the cases, hydrogen released. But the flashback of the story, the same thing happened with the parents of aluminum, zinc, and lead. Who are the parents of these three elements? They're oxides. Al2O3, ZnO, PbO. And same incident, the Delroy uttering the same three words, but that time no gas was released. There was some water released, and in shock, delivery boy drank that water. After that, he started uttering these words. So here, water, water, water. So if the oxides react with the alkali solution, they will give respective salt and water. Salt and water. Okay. So the end of the story is, if you see these three, these can react with the base. The accident can happen with the solution base, or the same thing they will do even if the accident happens with any other acid. Means they will give you salt and water. Salt and water. So because these oxides react with the base and the acid and they give you salt and water, we call these bases as, or these oxides as, amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides. Okay, so this is the two stories and what are the chemistry behind the two stories. I hope you will remember these stories and you will not have any confusion in the colors of the precipitate or what is the name of the precipitate, etc. Some of the other important points I didn't take here, but you can again make the note of that from the textbook. Okay, so prepare well. All the best. Please support the channel. I will make such many more story related chemistry topics. Thank you so much for your support. Take care. Bye bye.